Hey there, fellow hero. This is another transmission from the League of Visionary Awesomeness. I'm Eka Jyoti, and today I wanted to share with you a profound and powerful principle for conscious business breakthrough. This is a principle that is incredible and has really played a huge part in my own business success. And we could say it's a secret. It's not understood and it's not put into practice except by those that actually create incredible breakthroughs in their life. So first I just want to draw kind of a symbolic picture here. Range of motion. So physical range of motion with the body, like when a joint just has this free and easeful movement and range of motion. And it's not painful, it's natural, it doesn't take a lot of energy. And this is how we are as children when our bodies are youthful. And then we might have injuries, or we might just start to get old and contracted. And when we have that injury in the joint, there's this trauma that occurs and the contraction and the scar tissue. And then so of course we do physical therapy, we do stretching, we take time to open back into that space. And it takes practice, it takes the right approach, and it can be painful and uncomfortable at first, but eventually we open back into that space, full range of motion. So take that image, and we're going to create that correlation to what we're talking about today in business and social action. So this is called behavioral range of motion, or we can call it even energetic range of motion. So what this is that we can approach an oncoming challenge or opportunity with full freedom and full range of behavioral motion. That we can actually take flexibility and speed and resourcefulness into meeting that oncoming challenge or opportunity, right? So there are challenges all the time in our life, and we have to have that inner game, that inner state that can meet those challenges in a really profound and powerful way. The other thing is that there are opportunities occurring all the time. We don't always see them, we don't always make use of them, but there are always these like little openings every day, actually. These little opportunities, and the person that makes use of those opportunities is the one that creates the breakthroughs in their lives. But we need the acuity, right? We need the awareness, and also the speed, the skill to make use of those opportunities. So behavioral range of motion is someone who can just access any of those states that are necessary to make best use of the situation. Okay, so this is getting really good. There's a tenet in NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, that I really like. And it says that the person with the most behavioral flexibility in a given situation can determine the flow of energy in that situation. And this is also shared as a fundamental principle in the ancient techniques of personal empowerment. So we're not talking about different things here. This is a fundamental understanding of energy and breakthrough, or we could say expansion and growth. So if you want to experience expansion and growth in your business, in your life, in your relationship, you need to up your behavioral range of motion. So how do we do this? 4 principles, 4 simple approaches. They're simple, but they're not always easy. Okay, the first one is awareness of self-contraction. At the root of the contraction away from range of motion is self-importance. Underneath the story of who did what to who and what's happening and personalities and roles is self-importance. And so you need to see where you contract into that self-important state and then lose flexibility, lose consciousness, right? Second principle is that we want to take that a bit deeper into something that I call self-diagnosis of personal black holes. So personal black hole is that specific trigger, that specific place where you lose it, where you lose consciousness, where you become reactive, where a ton of energy just gets lost into reactivity. All of that stuff, this is your personal black hole. And we each have our own tailor-made black holes. It's like when light is trying to escape a black hole, it just gets sucked in, right? So your energy gets sucked in, your choice gets sucked in, your flexibility, all of that gets lost. And so you need to see specifically where that happens for you. This is really important for 2 reasons. 1, because then you can anticipate where that might happen for you again. And 2, you can begin to actually stretch into those areas where you can begin to start staying conscious in those areas. And it takes time, it takes practice, right? At first we lose consciousness, but over time, this practice will allow us to enter into those different places, staying fully resourceful and conscious. So this brings us to our third point, energetic theater. Energetic theater, these are very specific practices that allow us in a systematized and, you could say, scientific way to approach again and again these black holes, these contractions. And over time, they give us this incredible range of motion. It's almost, theater is a great word because it's like a really consummate actor can play any of the roles and play them fully, can actually feel the sadness, and then in a moment's time can shift and really feel bliss or joy. And he's acting or she's acting, but it's also a full embodiment of that energy. This is what we mean by being able to control the flow of energy in a situation. That's the flexibility we're talking about. The fourth thing is to maintain high energy states. This is the art of acceleration. So when we maintain high energy states, we have greater speed, we have greater prowess and acuity, we have greater sensitivity and control. So when we're in a high state of energy, those opportunities, we can make use of them. If we've just, finished off a pint of ice cream and we're depressed and we're stuck and stagnant, and then someone calls and is like, do you want to come for this interview? Oh no, I can't. Why now? But for someone that can just pop into that high level of energy, they can make use of that opportunity. So with behavioral flexibility, I'm implying, do whatever is necessary, right? Do whatever you want, we could say. And I don't mean let your contraction do whatever it wants. See, that's when we get in trouble, when the contraction, when the unconsciousness, when the triggered self-important state is allowed to do whatever it wants. Then we burn bridges, right? Then heads crack. What I'm talking about is let yourself do whatever you need to do. Again, we're in the realm of consequences. No matter what, you will have consequences. But if you act from a high energy place, from a place that's resourceful and flexible, using these principles, you will find so much more breakthrough and so much more authenticity and fulfillment within that breakthrough, right? So the outer game becomes more and more fulfilled as this inner game, as this inner state becomes more rich and deep and fulfilled. Okay, so just to recap, behavioral range of motion, energetic range of motion. This is a secret to allow you to make best use of opportunities and also meet incoming challenges. The way that we can do this is through these four principles. One, become more and more aware of where you contract into that self-important, stagnant, rigid state. Two, specifically where your personal black holes are. See those, understand those, and begin to stretch into them. Three, use energetic theater. This is something that I teach and work with clients one-on-one and in groups, an incredible process, so that you can begin to bring consciousness and maintain that consciousness in near and into those black hole places for yourself, those triggered places. And four, art of acceleration. Maintain high energy. Again, this is something I work very, very powerfully with clients and groups so that they can understand how to come into high energy in a moment's notice. So all four of those things will allow you full range of motion within your life. And that will in turn result in greater success and greater fulfillment. Okay, so your growth work for this week. One, see and write down your black holes. No judgment, no bias, right? It's just scientific observation. You're just checking this out. Stay curious. Write those down. You can post them under this video or send them to me if you wish. So first part. Second part is to begin to brainstorm and write down how you can approach these black hole areas, like how you can create more awareness and more flexibility within those places. And also you can write those as well under the video or email them to me. So that's the profound secret, and put it into use. It will change your life. I swear by this. That's it for today. Keep on. We'll see you next week. And if you like this, don't forget to share it, like it, pass it around. And we'll see you next week. And remember, you are awesome. It's totally real. You are awesome. So keep on rocking it. Take care.